Do we need to kick Oliver out so that you guys can pay attention? He might just be a distraction. We can send it. He's okay now. They got him set. No licking toes. I know, I understand that. Okay, so the next one we want to demonstrate is how to handle, it's called an assisted fall, okay? She's going to fall. There's nothing I'm going to be able to prevent it. Preventing is the next one we'll do. But on this one, she's going to fall, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do, okay? The step-by-step is one of the papers on there, so you can look at it while we go. So she's going to be walking along, and we'll talk about why I know she's about to fall later, or that I think she's going. Great. Yeah, and she's trying to walk, and she's dragging her leg, and he's already so concerned and then she falls. Now that was nice of her. She fell right into my lap. You think she knew where I was going with this. You grab them, you get them on your thigh, and then I'm not going to be able to help her back up because that's going to take back, and I can't use my back. Now, for those of you that are young, you're like, oh, I can use my back, no problem. Yeah, well, in 30 years, you'll be where I am, that you cannot use your back. All right, so she's going to go down. So what I do is I'm just going to let her slide down me like that. I keep my back straight. She's down. I'm going to just help her get down like that. You did such a good job. And Oliver is so concerned about you. All right, let's do it again. Now she fell. That was very good. You did a very good job falling. I didn't tell you, did I? No, you didn't, but but you fell right into my lap, literally. But if I'm where I'm supposed to be and she starts to fall, then she will fall right into my lap. If things are a little bit off, you grab them in the hip so that you can kind of direct where she is. And then you just let her slide down your leg and take her off to her side. Okay. No. At this point, I'm going, are you okay? All right. Any questions on that? Okay. You might need to be our guinea pig fall person when they practice on you. Okay. All right. The steps are in one of your handouts, okay? So you're going to grab the hips, get them on and then straighten your leg and let her slide down. And then you keep your back straight, because that's very important. You keep your back straight and just help them go down. All right? Okay. Let's talk about some ways to prevent the fall from ever happening, because then that's better, right? Much better to prevent a fall. All right. Cindy, I'm going to use you again. Okay. All right. Now, I want you to start over here. And I don't know. Okay, don't start going yet. I don't know Cindy very well. She's kind of a new client. I'm not, because if I knew her really well, I'd already kind of know just how close to be with her, right? But I'm going to kind of just pay attention to what she's doing. Okay, so I want you to use a walker like all of our clients do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hand on this walker, and I'm going to stop her. And I'm going to come from the back, and I'm going to say, all right, now get into your walker properly. I need you inside the box. And then with my hand, I will allow her to move forward and get forward again, because she's being good now, but most people aren't. They're like, and then they do it, and I stop it, and I make them walk into it. And I've got a pretty strong grip. I've got a pretty strong grip, but it's because most of our clients do not have strong grips. So if I show even a little bit of strength, I can stop them. And that right there is going to prevent a lot of falls, because she can now use her arms to help hold herself up, right? She can do a lot more than she can when she's out here. If she trips here, she has nothing to help catch herself. But if I can keep her close to her walker, that right there is going to solve quite a few issues. If she starts to fall anyway, I'm right here and can get my leg back there and I can grab her. Or if she starts to fall any other way, she starts to fall, I can grab her and I can use my body as a wall. And I can hold her up and help her get her balance. And then we can do this. If she's going to go down anyway, and she starts to go down.
If I'm going sideways.
If you're going sideways, we had a client that he kind of went up against the wall. And the caregiver was just kind of there with him by the wall, and they just kind of waited. He got his balance, got a little bit of strength, and then he just kind of got him back up straight, and he was able to keep going, and he didn't fall. So, all right. I can pay attention based on, are they dragging a leg just waiting to trip? I mean, that's a real trip hazard, right? Then I know to stay really close. If she's going a mile a minute and I'm trying hard to keep up with her,
I'm sorry.
And you do have clients that do that. You have to get up there and say, I'm sorry, but let's try to get you in that little box.
Oh, okay.
And then she's going to try to take off again, and I'm going to have to stop her. All right. Now, if she's not using a walker, now I understand that we have people that don't want to be touched. And that just has not been my experience. I've only seen a few that won't allow me to touch them. But most people, like for example, if she's sitting down and I go to help her up, I already have a hand on her. And I just keep it. And I just hold it. And I just walk with her like this. Now, if she's got dementia and she doesn't know where she's going, I'm now able to drive her around anywhere I want.
That's the you need
that's when you hold them really close. But if she's like, don't touch me, and she's like, then I'm just right here. But most people I know, especially when you've already initiated that. Now, if I were to get her up, drop the arm, and then try to do it again, I might create more resistance than if I just hang on to it once she's already allowed me to hold her hand, because she let me help her up. And then I just hang on to it, and it's not a new point of contact. It's just the one I've already had. And then I have an idea. If she's just walking with me, no problem. But if they're really frail, I end up having at least 20, 30, 40 pounds on that arm. And that gives me an idea, okay, this is somebody who I need to make sure I'm real close, and I'm kind of got my leg back there and I'm ready to, and if they had a belt, if not, I can grab onto her shirt, and then I've got 2 points of contact to help her to not fall. If she won't let me touch her at all, then I just have to be close. But I have to be paying attention. Yes, Marilyn?
I always grab the back of their pants, the socks.
Yeah.
Because they can't fall if you get that.
Well, yes. They would have to work at it harder, but they can fall. But, right. Yeah. I just personally try to not give wedgies. So I have a hard time wanting to grab there. I usually will grab the shirt. Well, so turn around. So I've got her like this, and I've got enough there that I can pull her to my side. I can at least do that much. And then I can do this if I need to. But you're right. If you've got this, but that it is better than a fall. But they also, you know what? You do what works for you, right?
You don't have to start pulling up.
Right. You just have it right. I didn't have to pull up. You're right. I could have just, I'm just back here. Yeah. I'm just back here. But I can also do that if I'm anywhere near her hip. But anyway, all right. So if she starts to fall and I'm walking alongside her, I can just grab her and put her like, you were just supposed to trip. Well, if you do fall from there, then what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to put her like this, and I'm going to let her slide down. It's not the front of my leg, but it's kind of I just let her come down like that. So, but either way, because I'm not going to stop her. I'm not going to be able to stop the fall when she's to that point. But there are some things I can do by just paying attention to how wobbly she is. I mean, if she's walking like this, then I'm real close. And I've got my hand on that walker, or I've got a hand on her, or you're not going anywhere, baby. Let's get you a walker, or let's get you a wheelchair. Okay? Any questions? All right. So what we're going to do now is split up into 3 groups.